Hello, I'm Jim Klein at Ashford University. This three-part presentation is a quick study of federalism for students of American government. In this part, we briefly explain the idea of federalism. American federalism is based on two concepts. One, the national and state governments share power, and two, both levels of government derive power from the people. First, what's shared power? Visualize a map of the states. It looks like a country divided up into little states. Each state rules its own territory. In contrast, a map without state lines gives the impression of an undivided nation. Neither map conveys the abstract idea of shared power among governments. Picture shared power this way. A circle represents national authority under the U.S. Constitution. It includes power to collect taxes, provide for the general welfare, regulate commerce among states, create national courts, and make laws necessary and proper to use these powers. Now picture another circle. It represents state power. This includes power to collect taxes, protect public health, safety, and morals, and create state courts. Side by side, the circles suggest that the Constitution established separate spheres of power, national and state. That's misleading. Note the similarity between national and state responsibilities. For example, national power to protect for the general welfare and regulate commerce relates to state power to protect health, safety, and morals. Think about maintaining food safety and water quality. This probably involves both national power over interstate commerce and state power to protect health. Rather than separate spheres of power, the Constitution created overlapping spheres. In the overlap are shared or concurrent powers, authority used by both the central and state governments to solve complex problems. The second basic concept of American federalism is that both levels of government receive power directly from the people. The principle of popular sovereignty, rule by the people, is in every state constitution. It's also emphasized in the U.S. Constitution, which begins, "We, the people of the United States, do ordain and establish this Constitution." Why does it matter? Well, consider the alternatives. In one model, national authority comes from states instead of the people. Called a confederacy, this system is like a close alliance of sovereign states. After the Revolution of 1776, the newly independent American states entered a League of Friendship under the Articles of Confederation. This lasted less than a decade because it failed to address problems which the states couldn't solve themselves. Similarly, today, the European Union, as a confederacy, lacks sufficient power to solve its huge economic problems. Contrasting with the confederacy is a unitary system, where states derive authority from the national government. In a unitary system, states are mere subdivisions with responsibilities dictated by a central government. For centuries, Great Britain has followed this model, as do most European nations. American federalism is a hybrid between confederate and unitary systems because the national government and states exist independently of each other. Each is accountable only to the people. Neither can abolish the other. Power sharing by governments, which are accountable only to the people, creates tension. They'll disagree about how to use concurrent power and about the limits on each other's power. Watch part 2 of this program for a quick study of how federalism developed in the early history of the United States. See you in a few minutes.